Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall is 10:15 on Sunday night. Back with a Trixie for Monday. Not that awfully long home, probably three quarters of an hour. So I was on the road early, left at 9:20. Thought I'd be there before 11 at Navan racetrack, but traffic was brutal after I took the turn coming from Athboy at that small little roundabout out along the road. Took forever to get to the car park. I just barely made the first race. Good crowd there. Was up at 20 or half 6 to watch Sharian this morning on Japanese channel on YouTube. I thought there might be some mention of all the words were in Japanese. There was no English word whatsoever. I thought there might be the name of the horse in English at some point, but no. So Sharian with Ryan Moore aboard got off to a sluggish start, but that's typical of the starts in England. The Japanese come out like scalded cats, just like the Americans out of the gates. Made up a lot of ground, finished fifth, only beaten a couple of lengths. A few more strides and it'll be up for second. So that's Sharian's racing career done and dusted. Off to meet the mayors now with a big smile on his face. Be a smile on his face on the owners as well. They picked up nearly 3 million prize money, short career. Considering he didn't do a lot when he was 2, and more not so much when he was 3 either. We met a good few at the races today, and several I didn't get their names. But shout out to Ken McEnany from the wee county. He's from Dundalk. Chatting him for a few minutes, and he took a selfie to send to we'd have a mutual acquaintance that I would have known in Chicago a long time ago. I haven't met him in over 20 years. Brendan O'Mara. He knew him. And how are we doing? We're better at Cheltenham, but a good Cheltenham. Imagine if young Lucy had won the first race at Cheltenham the first day on Friday. We'd have had another wheelbarrow. Leader in the park. I thought that would bounce out in front. To change of tactics, I don't think it suited it. And it was ponderous. Very cumbersome at the jumps as well. Peaky Boy won that. A Buffalo Soldier, mighty job altogether jumping. Just as I thought, tip out, do the job, but it was so sad to hear afterwards that he got some sort of a heart attack. Only a 7-year-old. The fellow was telling me at the races that in the racing interview afterwards, the jockey was talking about a Grand National down the road. I'd love to have seen him travelling and jumping in Aintree, but so sad to see. And we had Burdett Road. Burdett Road, that race was late, and I was watching it in the bookies, bar 1. And I had 2 up on a Trixie, a Buffalo Soldier, SP, and Better Times Ahead, SP, which was 100 to 30 and 2 to 1, rolling on to Burdett Road. So I was talking, I was going out to watch it. I was at the counter, and a fellow recognised me, and we're chatting. So the next thing, we're chatting a few minutes, and I looked around, and I was wondering, is that the race off? Because they were after jumping the last. Or is it one of the preview races? So I turned around anyway, and I recognised the colours. I knew in the position he was that had to be live, because when he won in Cheltenham before, he was in a different part of the track. So that was Darren Willis from Up Your Ma, Up Your Da, and Up Our Ma, and his dad Ivan, and not with them today, but who always tunes in at night, and she'll sleep more content, he said, if I say hello, Janice. That was Janice Willis. But I watched Better Times Ahead, actually, in the canteen, having a cup of tea and a toasted ham and cheese sandwich, because you don't have time to go for the dinner, and I was starving because I had only cup of tea and cornflakes this morning, no toast or. But better times ahead. Delighted for that horse. That had a great win for us in the Martin Pipe. So that'll probably be heading in the direction of the Brown Advisory, because there's no turners this year. So I was delighted for that horse today. We done all right with bus horses over the weekend when you consider transmission winning. That's going to be aimed at the National Hunt Chase, I believe. And with East India Dock winning, that's going to be aimed at the hurdle, the Triumph hurdle. Be interested what to do with Hamisian, Tony Martin's horse. With a place on in Fontwell and with a galley. Didn't seem to. Fontwell is in the shape of an 8. It looked like he was getting dizzy. Chepstow or Fosslas or something like that. A more galloping track, I think it'd suit him better. Percival de Galwa rounded the turn for home, looked to be coming to win his race. Finished 4th. The rain again and the ground today went again. That's twice of chemical energy. And he needs good ground. So I hope that was a spoiler alert to you today. I actually was beside John Ryan when his horse Lucid Dreams came round the turn for home, and it must be the daughter that was with him. They got fierce excited. I bumped into him a lot at the races this year. He finished second at 22-1. Stuzikini, we backed that in Galway last year when it was in a hurdle race, not 2023. And there was one other one today that ran terrible. There was one in was Spanish John, and it was after bumping into a man living in Spain. He's from Scotland, and his wife. Didn't get their names. They wanted a photograph, but it was just before, and I said this could be an omen, Spanish John, but found that and didn't like the ground at all. The ground was a bit tacky there today, but made a few pound anyway. And the Trixie came in, had 7-2, 130, and 2-1. So I had the Trixie and the Treble. So I took a few pound off the bookies in bar 1. So a good enough weekend. Traffic was not too bad coming out. I waited, I chatted a couple on the way out. Car park was half full. So I came on, ploughed on to Felix in Rathone. And I hadn't been in it in exactly 12 months. And I used to go into an awful lot coming from Leopardstown or Navan or that. But I got bad grub last year. The only thing that was warm on the plate actually last year was the vegetables. Beans or peas and carrots. And the roast beef was cold, so I hadn't the balls to go for the roast beef this evening. I had the turkey and ham, which is dead on. And I went for the old sherry trifle afterwards, and it was superb. No custard though. But I can't stand again. I didn't bring in any people during the summer because you hate going into a place where you got bad food last. And I'm going in there a long time, even going back when it was Richie's. And I always got good enough food. I often had the breakfast in it. But last year was, I don't know, maybe the chef had an off day. Well, he had more than an off day. I had an off day eating it too. Anyway, I better go get these horses because the Bills and the Chiefs are at it. It's 6-0. They must have missed the point after. And Mahomes had thrown an interception. And they're 3 and out on the last set of downs. So the Bills have the ball now. So I want to get to see that. 3 tomorrow. They're short enough now, but they were longer earlier. I was watching for this fella to run Wonder Legend. He's an 11-8 shot now. It opened up 7-4 for James Ferguson. The only thing is he had two prodigy before out. One of them was by Sea the Stairs. And ran 20. Oh no, it was out of some other stairs, but she's only had, or the two foals that ran first, she's had no winner yet. But this stayed on the last day at 1.5 miles, that the 2 extra furlongs, and this was a class 3. 2 extra furlongs should be a benefit. This will probably be me nap tomorrow, but it's the shortest of the 3 actually.
High order on the right, just behind them Cracks King trying to pick up from Fox Legacy. Wonder Legend and Insured in behind them, 1.5 furlongs to go. Champagne Prince the one to catch from Fox Legacy. Here in between horses, Cracks King is beginning to run on. Youthful King is further back. It's Champagne Prince by over a length to Cracks King. Wonder Legend with a late burst under the rail, but Champagne Prince strong on the front here and galloping on well to win. Champagne Prince, Cracks King, Wonder Legend 1, 2, 3. Fox Legacy 4.
That was a class 3. There's a class 3 that's carrying top weight. Big enough horse should be able to do it. Lapulga will be out in front. This fella be coming late, you'd imagine. At Plumpton tomorrow, there's a 4-horse race for amateur jockeys. And the favourite is Sarah Bradstock's horse there, Smuggler's Haven. Now that won the last time. Nico de Bonville was on it at 16-1. But he wasn't simple, and I needed all the expertise of Nico de Bonville. He was pulling and dragging his head up along the straight. I'm just thinking, I think this is only this girl's second lifetime ride. Well, on horseback anyway. And I'm just thinking that Eaton Annie is first time in a handicap. That Highway 105 for a sort of an in-form Chris Gordon, who does well at Plumpton. And this horse has ran well enough at Plumpton as well. Third in a bumper. 5th there to Mr. Freedom, but Mr. Freedom, that was on soft ground. But then the last day it ran on well. From a long way back. Second run. This is to be a third run after the layoff. It's not
the
in the
two of them
picture
now
yet.
locking together.
This is it here.
And Macari seems to be travelling slightly the better of the two, but still a punishing climb to the line yet. Macari going on, recoded. Needs to find something if he's going to step up on that reappearance. Down towards the second mast here. Macari in front from recoded on the inside, still with every chance. Highway 105 up the inside rail, red sleeves on the outside, Edith's Rock. Bang there with every chance. The final flight now, Edith's Rock and Macari locked together, and it's Edith's Rock on the near side who's really digging deep for Harry Kimber. Macari is trying to respond as they race up the hill. Highway 105 staying on late, but up towards the line. Edith's Rock in front.
Third run back after the layoff. Gina Andrews experienced enough that a small field that she might be able to keep tabs on them. 5-2, third favourite. And then the last one, if the first two come in, were down to another 2 mile, half a furlong race. We have a horse there that won for us before, Simeon, but it went up £9 for its win. And I thought Caustic would a step up and trip as well for an in-form yard. Even though he got well bet, he stayed on this time at 1-6. Owen Burrows is going fairly
Sunni
well.
Power. The
He's then
Pempo
back here with
Lift
the
and
green
Sonnery
hat.
Power, who's found the better turn
Handbrake
of foot
was on.
initially from La Rouge Chinois, who's still battling away. The two of them have controlled this race with St Pancras in third. It has turned into a bit of a dash for the stayers, and St Pancras it is who's bounded clear. Sonnery Power in second place. In third is Caustic, over towards the far side La Rouge Chinois, but it is St Pancras. The steadily run race hasn't possibly tested him at the trip, but he's miles ahead here. St Pancras coming home for Harry Davis, another one in the light pit with Martin Mead. Caustic second, Boldly's for third with sharp distinction, and two that closed up late, Kitsuni Power.
He was running on well there. Next couple of furlongs should suit. Ground should be all right. Simeon has won for us before. Went up in class the last time a bit up in Kimpton, but I just think the £9 hike might be enough to settle him. So that's it. There was a few as well as to mention. Kevin Power, to Liam Stokes. That was the guy that was in Cheltenham the other day. Mike Burns and Derek Brown. Few that I might have missed. I'll get them on Monday. So bash the bookies, over and out.